Today, we're going to dive into a pretty surprising connection, the link between a super common ingredient, the one in your kitchen right now, and the health of your brain. And look, this isn't about scaring you. It's about getting smart and figuring out how to take back control.
You know that feeling, right? You walk into the kitchen with a mission, you get there, and poof, it's gone. Total blank. It happens to all of us. But what if those little, tiny memory glitches are actually a sign of something bigger, something that's being influenced by what we eat every single day?
It turns out there's a hidden culprit in our diets. It's something most of us eat without even thinking about it, and it could be quietly hijacking our focus and, even our memories.
So what is this mystery ingredient? Well, it's not some weird, rare chemical you can't pronounce. In fact, it's probably sitting on your kitchen counter right now looking all innocent. Let's pull off the mask.
And there it is. The so-called white poison is just plain old refined white sugar. I mean, it's so common, so baked into our daily lives, that we just don't realize the powerful effect it's having, not just on our waistlines, but directly on our brains.
And this is what makes it so sneaky. It's hiding in plain sight. I'm not just talking about cake and cookies. It's in your morning coffee, your breakfast cereal, the ketchup for your fries, even in stuff that's marketed as healthy, like those low-fat yogurts. That's how we end up eating way too much of it without even knowing.
Okay, so how does this simple, everyday ingredient actually cause such a problem for our brains? Well, the science behind it is pretty fascinating and honestly a little bit alarming. Let's break down what's really going on inside your head when sugar takes over.
So it all comes down to something called insulin resistance. See, when you eat a bunch of sugar, your blood sugar spikes like crazy. Your brain really prefers a nice, steady stream of energy, not these wild roller coaster rides. Over time, your brain cells just get overwhelmed. They start to ignore the signal from insulin, which is the hormone that helps them use sugar for fuel.
And when your brain cells can't get their fuel properly, their communication lines get all fuzzy. I love this analogy from the source material. It's like trying to listen to your favorite song on the radio, but all you can hear is static. Those messages from memories, thoughts, and focus, they just can't get through clearly anymore. This whole connection is so strong, so profound, that some scientists have actually started calling Alzheimer's disease type 3 diabetes. Just let that sink in. It's a pretty stark reminder of how much our diet can impact our brain's future.
Okay. That was the problem, I get it. But here's the really good news. We can absolutely do something about it. This is not some kind of life sentence. So let's flip the script and talk about the solution. A simple, actionable plan to protect that amazing brain of yours.
Here's the game plan. Just 5 simple steps that all work together. And this isn't about some crazy restrictive diet. It's all about making small, smart, and consistent choices. Let's walk through each one.
First up, step 1 is all about making smart swaps. And notice the key word here is swap, not stop. So instead of sugar in your tea, maybe try a little cinnamon. Switch out that white bread for whole grain. And here's a pro tip. Start reading labels. If you see words ending in "ose," like fructose, sucrose, dextrose, that's just sugar wearing a disguise. Next, you want to start actively adding in the good stuff. Feed your brain what it's craving. Things like healthy fats from nuts, olive oil, and fish like salmon are basically building blocks for your brain cells. And antioxidants, which you get from berries and dark leafy greens, they're like your brain's personal security team, fighting off damage and inflammation.
Now this one is so simple, but we almost always forget it. Your brain is mostly water, so it makes sense that even being a little bit dehydrated can make you feel foggy, tired, and confused. A lot like memory loss, right? Just keeping a water bottle nearby can make a huge difference in how sharp you feel. All right, step 4, get moving. And no, you don't have to go run a marathon. Just look at this number, 20 to 30 minutes. That's it. A simple walk for that long every day gets more blood flowing to your brain, delivering all that good oxygen and nutrients it needs. It is probably the best return on investment for your health, period.
And finally, step 5 is all about resting and recharging. This is a 2-for-1. First, deep sleep. That's when your brain literally cleans house, washing away waste proteins that can build up and cause major issues. And then, during the day, you gotta use it or lose it. Puzzles, reading, learning a new skill, that stuff keeps your brain's wiring strong and active. So, as we start to wrap this up, the most important thing to remember is that this is all about empowerment. You really don't need some massive life-altering overhaul. The power to protect your brain is, quite literally, in your hands, and it starts with these tiny little habits. If you only remember one thing from our chat today, please let it be this. Memory loss is not always inevitable. We have this fear that our minds will just fade as we get older, but it does not have to be that way. The choices you make every single day can totally change the story for your brain health.
And if you're feeling overwhelmed, don't be. The secret is to just start small. Seriously, don't try to change everything all at once. Just pick one thing. Make one little swap in your coffee. Go for one 20-minute walk after dinner. Drink one extra glass of water. That's it. That's how real change actually happens.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Your brain is absolutely incredible. It holds every memory, every dream, your entire personality. It's supported you for your whole life. So the only question left is, what's one small thing you're going to do today to start supporting it back?